gobierno de México de acuerdo con el último reporte de Comscore. Gracias por tu preferencia. Continuaremos trayéndote siempre la mejor información.
Porque todos merecemos un...
Broadcasting live from Houston, from the space city to the world. You are watching Now Media Television.
Hello and welcome to Salaam Namaste. Broadcasting live from the Now Media studios in Houston, this is Saji Salam. This evening we have an amazing young lady on the show, Sandeep Kaur. She's been in the technology and investment banking industry for a while. She's a go-to person for cryptocurrency, facial recognition software, AI, blockchain, you name it. So here we have Sandeep Kaur. Welcome to the show, Sandeep.
Thank you for having me, Saji, on your show. Glad to be here.
Thank you for finding the time for this, Sandeep. So let's get right into it. So my first question is, what's your background? How did you get into where you are now in cryptocurrency, blockchain, and investment banking? So maybe you talk a little bit about that for our viewers.
Sure, yeah. So I started my career during subprime crash. So as a typical millennial, I was, reading about subprime crash and then Wall Street Occupy Wall Street movement. And that's what, led me, in 2014 when I heard about Bitcoin. It was only Bitcoin back then. So it kind of intrigued my interest. And then I read the white paper. And ever since, it's been 9 years, I have been into blockchain and Bitcoin. And I also worked at Circle, which is a well-known company, USDC stablecoin, which is the second largest stablecoin, and also at investment banking. At my previous job, I was head of decentralized finance. So launched a DEX in the market, and now I have my own venture. I'm a co-founder and managing partner at Tantrum Ventures. So it's been quite a good journey so far.
Great to hear that, Sandeep. You've come a long way from picking up that news stories and digging to them during the subprime crisis. So congratulations for getting to where you are now. I also know that you have an intellectual property for a facial recognition software. Maybe you could talk a little more about that software.
Sure. So yes, actually, we started working on facial recognition model, back in January, and so this is actually a biometric, as we know, means facial recognition. One thing is you got to be very careful when it comes to security feature of it. This facial recognition model, this is actually a live feature, not a spoof. So you gotta blink your eyes, move your face, and then computer recognize you. And it can be embedded, in any industry across different use cases. So far, it's still in a pilot mode, and we are working on it. We implemented it with one of our client, and it's working, and the accuracy is actually 96%. Most of the models we see around have, especially in AI, we kind of seeing result around like 90 to 93%. And this model actually we built from scientific paper CMSE model. So that's what we used, and we were able to actually get its accuracy up to 96%.
So where do you see the use of facial recognition software these days?
I think right now, even when we go to the airport, right, we see Clear, and at many airports, you can just get your security done via Click Clear, and that's and that then there's definitely more improvement that's needed, right? So I think that's a very, very good start. I mean, starting from airport, and then later on we can embed it even in financial industry when it comes to banking and ATM security, and then in healthcare, this is also a very well known use case, right? You kind of recognize the image, and based on that, you know kind of when it comes to medical disease and medical you know, uh, basically you can diagnose this with using AI, and you can give a better treatment. So there are like multiple use cases, and even though I know like when animal fish recognition, that is also one of the use case we kind of heard about, and that it is useful in that use case too. So there are like multiple use cases in across different industries. The first, I think, the go-to for me is in airports, and then later on in financial industry, in banking and ATMs and so forth. Yeah.
And coming from healthcare, I can definitely see the need for facial recognition in the healthcare industry, because right now there are several checks and balances to make sure that, for instance, you're operating on the right patient or drawing blood from the right patient, and that is right now time consuming, where the staff have to look at a couple of things just to double check that you've got the right person. So I think definitely in healthcare I can see use cases, and I think we also see some of that in smartphones too, I guess, right? That is something which has got embedded into the technology and the smartphone technology right now. So yeah, I think it's amazing to know that you guys are working on this, and good luck with whatever you're doing in facial recognition software. Well, now let's move on to another topic, which is an area of expertise for you, and which is blockchain and cryptocurrency. So maybe we could start by talking about the difference between blockchain and cryptocurrency, because people use it synonymously, and there's a lot of confusion there. So could you speak to that, and then we can go from there?
Sure, yeah. I think this is kind of still, I believe some people have confusion about blockchain and cryptocurrencies, and think means blockchain is cryptocurrencies, and it's one and the same thing. Actually, cryptocurrency is one of the application or a product which is built on using blockchain technology. And blockchain is nothing but, another technology that we are using to store transactions or keep record of transactions in transparent and immutable way. That's the property of blockchain. And the purpose of blockchain technology is when you are storing transactions in blocks, and make sure like those transactions are transparent and immutable. They're the examples we can use for blockchain, like Ethereum blockchain is layer one, mainly all these layer one protocols like Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, you just name it. Like there's so many layer one protocols, so many blockchains have been built so far, and there will be many more built in the future. And cryptocurrency is one of the use case. which is virtual currencies, and it represents store of value and medium of exchange. So Bitcoin is very well known, like everyone knows about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, all these virtual currencies.
Okay.
You can trade in exchanges, you can buy and sell goods with it. So I think that's basically at the end.
Thank you for sharing that perspective on crypto versus blockchain. So it looks like cryptocurrency is the most well-known use case or product that came out of blockchain. And because of the nature of the media around cryptocurrency, folks who are not that savvy in tech started to think of crypto and blockchain as the same. And probably that is where some of that confusion is coming from. So I think that is very good to have that clarification so that our viewers can understand this better and go from there.
Yeah, and blockchain technology you can use across different industries. Means financial industry is just one of the industry, that's using blockchain. But in supply chain, IBM, I think they are the one been working on certain products, and some of those products are already live, and that's so that's mainly in supply chain and food. So there are gaming. There's so many different industries using this technology. So yeah.
Great conversation so far, Sandeep. Let's come back after a short break.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
According to the FBI, a robbery occurs every 13 seconds. Homes and businesses without a reliable security system are 300% more likely to be burglarized. Alert 360 provides custom-tailored rock-solid security solutions to residential and commercial customers. Whether it's home security, fire and carbon monoxide detection, flood protection, connected senior care, managed video surveillance solutions, 24/7 alarm monitoring, and life safety, Alert 360 is your ideal solution. In addition, Alert 360 has a smart home and business integrations like access control and video shield for a complete peace of mind, protecting what matters the most and reducing energy costs with our top-of-the-line automatic scheduling functions. Alert 360 offers security services discounts to military personnel, veterans, first responders, educators, and hospital personnel. Don't be a victim. Take a strong step today. Call Rosana Torres at 832-863-8574 for your free consultation.
Bienvenidos a Legal Talk con Natalia, donde profundizaremos en el mundo del derecho y la mediación para empoderarte con conocimiento y comprensión. Nuestra meta es ayudarte sobre aspectos legales de diversas situaciones y guiarte a tomar decisiones informadas que puedan impactar positivamente tu vida. A lo largo de nuestros segmentos contaremos con expertos invitados, incluyendo abogados, mediadores y académicos, donde compartiremos sus perspectivas y responderemos a tus preguntas. Recuerda, el conocimiento es poder. Y juntos podemos cambiar vidas para mejorar y entender cómo funciona el derecho. Así que marca tu calendario, pon recordatorios y sé parte de nuestra comunidad informada. No olvides vernos cada miércoles a las 5 p.m. en Legal Talk con Natalia a través del canal 21.10 en Houston y en las redes sociales y plataformas digitales de Now Media Televisión.
Best bilingual news, business talk, and technology content 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are watching Now Media Television, the first bilingual media network in the United States.
Así debe de ser, siempre sencillo, las cuestiones de economía, finanzas y negocios explicados con peras y manzanas en torno al dinero, lunes a viernes, 10 de la mañana. Now Media, ahí nos vemos.
Bienvenidos esta mañana.
¡Comenzamos!
Esta mañana te vamos a mantener bien informado.
Esta mañana, juntos, nos vamos a divertir.
¿Quieres saber por qué?
Eso.
Tanto el odio puede hacer que la gente tome acción como la inspiración.
Tenemos música.
Tenemos música.
Tenemos
a Nistro que nos viene con este gran oficio.
con el sonidero.
Esa muchacha en mi cuatalla. Esta mañana va a estar espectacular.
Siempre he querido ser exótico.
Todas las maldades son distintas, no hay dos maldades iguales.
Desde los 15 años hice teatro, entonces justo con este personaje pues fue la primera vez que me tocó aplicar todo lo que sé hacer.
Todo cambió. Esta mañana te presentamos las historias más emocionantes.
Me encantan sus entrevistas, que sean periodistas de a de veras y no que pregunten mamarrachadas.
Esta mañana,
De lunes a viernes.
En punto de las 9
Por el canal 8.
¡Qué bárbaro!
Tell me, are you looking to sell a house or buy a home? Hi, I'm Michelle Briggs, and your real estate needs are my priority. With over 2 decades worth of experience within the real estate industry, I know I can help. Whether you're selling a house and moving on to the next chapter or buying a home to create generational wealth for your family, I am the realtor for you. Call me now at 713-256-5465 and let me handle all of your real estate needs.
Thanks for staying on. Let's continue our conversation with Sandeep Kaur. I would ask Sandeep, what's going on in cryptocurrency these days? What is the latest and greatest on the cryptocurrency front?
A few things that I'm very excited about. So one thing, actually in last 2 months, we see so many big institutions, they file for Bitcoin spot ETF. So BlackRock, Fidelity, Wisdom Tree, Invesco. In June, July, these 2 months were basically months of filing spot ETF. So that to me, that's a very, very good indicator. And also we are seeing a lot of adoption from institutions. Back in 2018, when security tokens came in and there was a lot of hype about, oh yes, institutions are coming into cryptocurrencies, but actually now they are really coming. And we have been seeing some really good projects working on solving real world problems using blockchain technology. So that's to me a very, very good indicator. Secondly, institution adoption. The other thing that I am personally very excited about, tokenization of real world assets. We, just recently, a couple of months ago, we saw JP Morgan, they did settlement of Singapore dollar and Japanese yen on blockchain. And that is a very, very good case study. So now we have been also seeing many other institutions and many other corporation enterprises are working on tokenization of real world assets. So that's also a good thing for the industry. From, payment, when it comes to, payments, and from many years as a technologist, we are trying to solve these problems of like wire transfer that takes, 1 day to settle. And if you're doing cross-border payment, it takes days to, for payment settlements and remittance, the fees on it. In 1857, it was, when Western Union did a very first transfer, it was between 3 to 6%, and still we are in that range, right? And we have been seeing enterprises are working on, these use cases and solving these problems, and there's definitely improvement, and we will see like many of these use cases in production very, very soon. And overall, I think something that you can't ignore the trend, and that's from our millennial generation and Gen Z. Their enthusiasm for crypto investments, that's something you just can't ignore. I mean, right now, the average age of RIA is 59 and 60 years. And baby boomers are no doubt the wealthiest generation in history, but in next 10, 20 years, we are going to see the biggest transfer of wealth from baby boomers to millennial and Gen Z. And that is literally $28 to $30 trillion as per research. So the thing is, the way our parents invested, with millennial and Gen Z, their investment style is very different. So that, to me, is also, a very bullish case on cryptocurrency. So I see like all these, data points as bullish indicators for cryptocurrencies in the future. But on the bearish side, we still have to work a lot on the scalability and security issue, because these two things, definitely a lot of improvement needed. And as technology is evolving, we have been seeing, things, it will improve and it will get better. So security, scalability are still the two main risks. Yeah.
How do you see the role of the government with regard to cryptocurrency? There's been a lot of talk about regulating the industry, and especially with the currency and issues with national security type problems that were brought up. So that's one issue that we keep hearing about. And then the second thing is about the governments launching their own currencies, right? Digital dollar. China is talking about their own digital currency. So how does that intersect with cryptocurrency world of what we know today as Bitcoins and Ethereums and and other coins out there?
Yeah, so as of June 2023, I saw the report. The latest report is 130 countries has explored about or exploring about CBDC, which is a stable coin, right? Central bank issued stable coin. 11 or 21, 21 are in pilot stage and 46 are in development stage. So there's a definitely interest from the central banks. And they are also exploring the idea of issuing their own digital dollar. So that's one. On the regulation side, historically, we know that, and it may sound a little philosophical, technology moves very, very fast, but regulations always move fast. Move slow. So for regulation to catch up with the pace of technology is always going to be a challenge. This year, there has been a lot of conversation where, we kind of talking about U.S. the regulation, the way regulators are working with the industry, it's not really helpful for industry. And we have been seeing a lot of businesses moving out of U.S. But on the other hand, if we look at Europe and Latin America, their regulations and their jurisdictions, they are actually working, or even Asia. These governments are working very closely with industry leaders, and their regulations are something very helpful for technology and the growth of it. So according the way I see it, it seems like it's definitely going to be a long battle, right? And it's not only about US, regulations are very stringent, but still we don't have anything. Anything concrete when it comes to crypto regulation. It's still work in progress. And as of now, regulators, the way they are accessing or they are assessing these assets, that's only based on existing tokens, existing, regulations they had. So basically kind of comparing, okay, here are the security laws we have. When companies, they issue tokens or coins, are they complying to the existing regulations? So it's something work in progress. One of the paper I read many years ago, and that was back in 1993. In 1993, these were when internet kind of was becoming a thing, and we started talking about e-commerce, and then that time how government worked with technologists and made sure they don't hurt the technology, and they don't hurt the innovation, and then finding that path where it's beneficial, and at the same time investors are protected. So I think there will be a middle ground, but it's going to be a long road. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So regulation is still something that is seen as a little bit of a challenge for the industry, and you're not seeing a short-term fix to the regulatory environment, but probably during the course of evolution of blockchain and especially cryptocurrency, we will see a lot more streamlining of the regulatory world. Is that what the industry is seeing?
Yes, I think that's what exactly it is. It's working with there's no clarity yet, and it's work in progress with regulators. So technologists are working with them, and they're working with us and trying to find how can we make it work for both of us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so coming to the private sector, we recently learned that PayPal is launching a US dollar-based stablecoin. So what is the impact of that for the industry in general, but also for a digital dollar that probably the government is thinking of?
Actually, I am the way I see this news, definitely again another bullish indicator for overall cryptocurrencies adoption, and it's good for financial markets. Initially, when now because they are launching stablecoin, initially it may be adoption only by cryptocurrency investors, and PayPal actually has over 400 million active users, so they already have access to very big user base. So initially it may be, many people who are into crypto, and right now mainly we're using stable coins only for cryptocurrency tradings, and, so it would be like that, but the growth will be, it will be, you will see slow and gradual progress on it. And then, in the future, and I'm not going to say in the future, it's not like somewhere like in many after many years and far future, but we will see, especially settlement, like using stablecoin for transaction settlement, because as I was saying earlier, when we do wire transfer overseas, it takes days to settle. But with cryptocurrencies, when you will make a transfer, that transaction will take only seconds or minutes. So that's really a very good use of cryptocurrency. So we will see from PayPal, then stablecoin using for remittance, for transfer, cross-border payments. So the overall, now it's more like, okay, how are you really using? Our first use case of cryptocurrency was mainly, okay, you trade on an exchange, and now really coming to solving those real world problems. So I think it's a very, very good thing for the industry, especially when there are 400 million active users, and they can have easy access to cryptocurrencies. They can easily buy and sell. And even though later on, it can be, you can buy goods with, a PayPal stablecoin, they already have that market. So it would be more like we will see more consumer adoption of cryptocurrencies.
Very good conversation so far on crypto and blockchain. We'll be back after a short commercial break. Please stay on.
¿Quieres tener el mejor recuerdo de bodas, original, exclusivo y fuera de lo común? Entra a www.larevistadetuboda.mx o visítanos en nuestra página de Instagram o Facebook. Descubre todo lo que puede quedar plasmado en el recuerdo que siempre soñaste. Reportajes, entrevistas, un diseño personalizado, sesiones fotográficas y mucho más. Solo en la revista de tu boda.
Thank you all for staying on. Now let's continue this conversation, this exciting conversation with Sandeep on crypto. Everything tech, basically, is what I would say. So, one of the things we keep hearing about more recently is AI. It's not that AI has not been around, but there's a lot of talk about AI, and AI has gone mainstream, at least on the media. So, what are you seeing with regard to AI? What use cases are you seeing in your world? How is it evolving? Maybe you could talk to that, Sandeep.
Sure, yes. Actually, as you said, from this year, AI become a buzzword, right? And we have been like everywhere, even though you go to, cryptocurrency, conference over there, the first thing they're talking about AI. This year here at NFT NYC conference back in April, it's NFT NYC, and to me that was so funny. Even though the keynote speaker, the conversation started from AI and how it's going to be the marriage between AI and Web 3.0. But as you said, we have been using AI forever. I mean, Alexa, Siri, these devices are around for years, and it's also like clear AI, right? But from now, from this year especially, the hype we see around AI, the good thing about it is now we are seeing, wider adoption of AI, and in many, I would say not many, like almost every industry is looking into AI and how they can use this technology. In investment banking, I've been seeing a lot of use cases where, many companies are kind of doing research on AI and using this technology to, how you can do like predictive analytics and make better decisions on investment. As we spoke earlier, in healthcare, in airport, trafficking, even in climate tech, I've been seeing so many different use cases from all these industries, and they are opting for AI. And I definitely see in the future, we will be seeing, wider adoption of it across all the industries. And with that said, actually, there was this research report that came up from Oxford University, Future of Humanity Institute. And I think the heading was, when will AI exceed human performance? And some of the, findings or take from that was kind of quite interesting. So one was like by 2026, median number of respondents said machine will be capable of writing school essays. And by 2137, so that's like more than 100 years, we won't be alive by then. All human jobs will be automated. But like in the near future, by like 2049, AI could be, we'll see like how this technology is kind of widely used, across different industries. Self-driving car, it's going to be just a normal thing. Yeah. So definitely lot of innovation is happening in this area.
Interesting. I think, ChatGPT and the media buzz got AI into the media mainstream, but, I personally have been, we had acquired an AI company about 5 years ago from Ukraine. We acquired the intellectual property, actually. That was a software, and now you would say AI, that would analyze pathology slides and say if those slides are, slides are specimens from cancerous tissue or not. I mean, apart from the technology part of it, we face more regulatory challenges, but that's there always in healthcare. But other than that, there's so much going on in AI. I spoke with someone recently, I mean, as early as last week, someone who was in the AI section of a department of Amazon, where they're using AI to solve a lot of problems, even within the warehouse, and how they keep moving, how they can use AI to solve some of the problems where there is a lot more human intervention and human errors as a result of those human interventions. So there's so much going on the retail side as well. So definitely growth.
Yeah, there's always this thing, right? Like good and bad of technology. Right now, one thing I kind of hear a lot at every conference where people talk about, oh, AI are going to take away all our jobs. No, that's not true. It's not going to happen, right? I mean, I would say this statement, AI is going to take away all the jobs. That's kind of partially correct. Yes, there would be many jobs which we can easily automate, like routine jobs. And as you said, in Amazon, they kind of doing, experiments, and they have been, seeing like how some of those routine jobs can be done by AI rather than human, and it can be more efficient. So we will definitely see that. But at the same time, I think some of the jobs will become very, very competitive. If let's say even the analyst jobs, right? If at a company there are like 10 vacancies for that, they may say, okay, we're only going to hire 5 people because now you're using AI and you're much more. It's saving you a lot of time. So for me personally, when OpenAI ChatGPT was launched, and I used it first time, and that time I was putting together one proposal, and like when I've been doing research on like, okay, how do I want to shape it, and thinking and being creative, and you write a sentence, you rewrite it, so it was it was easily going to take me a couple of days, and I used ChatGPT, and literally I was able to do the same thing within hours. So I was like, wow, this is really great. I saved a lot of time, right? But at the same time, the other thought came into my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to make me dumb, right? Back in like 2014, there was a saying, right? When we were like the use of smartphones and technology, it's like this is a generation of smartphones and dumb people, and our, as a human being, there's a research means our, user. We as a human being now are not using the capacity of brain, and it's kind of declining. So to me, that at the same time, I was like, okay, am I going to kind of lose my creativity But at the same time, because you're so effective, and then you can use that time and be creative in many other areas. So it's always that, like you have to see the balance. What is good. So this challenge we see with many people. They talk about this mainly this fear of losing jobs to AI.
Absolutely.
That's partially correct. It's not like we're going to lose all the jobs
absolutely.
to AI.
Absolutely. There's always the pros and cons, and I think even when computer technology came in, there was that debate that happened. But now let's jump into one more area that you handle and just talk a little bit about Tantrum Ventures and your foray into investment management.
Sure, yeah. So at Tantrum Ventures, we help companies with fundraising. Right now, actually, the two projects we are working on, one is it's in clean tech, clean energy. So that's something actually I am very, very, interested, because it's, ESG, and it really solves problem about waste management, and it reduced the use of methane by 80%. So to me, that's really good for an environment. And of course, global warming is kind of serious, right? So that's, but this project, we basically raising funding for this. It's not something, kind of like be a building, because that's not, my specialty at all. I don't know much about clean tech and clean energy. And another project is also actually in ESG, and that's another clean tech energy creation underwater. So I'm kind of very, very excited about that. Yeah, so, and investment banking, previously I was more focused on digital assets and cryptos, startups, and because that's what my forte is. That's something I'm kind of very confident. So definitely we do have certain projects in that area, and I have been raised money for some of the startups in blockchain and crypto. But right now at Investment Venture, this is really these two new projects are different, but at the same time very interesting. And one of this project, even their last year revenue was 12 million. This year projection was 15 million, but they have already exceeded that. So the revenue is more than 50 million.
Well, that's really good to know, Sandeep. So to our viewers out there, this has been a fantastic conversation and an inspiring one too. Sandeep, thanks for taking the time. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and thanks for your time as well. I really enjoy the conversation.
Same here.
Sure.
We'll be back after a short break.
Okay. Are we done?
Yep. Yeah.
Oye, Lily dice que AT&T le da a todos las mejores ofertas.
Minus the air quotes.
Las mejores ofertas.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Te lo dije, aquí las mejores ofertas son para todos con una variedad de planes.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
En AT&T les damos a todos nuestras mejores ofertas en cada smartphone.
Hey, are you a small business owner that's struggling to double or triple your revenue and profits? My name is Michael Rager. I'm your business guide with Teach Your Business to Fish. Our success operating system will help you double or triple your profits every 2 to 3 years while actually maintaining some semblance of a home life. Call us at 713-201-5559 and we'll help you become a real success.
En esta era digital, las tarjetas de presentación de negocio son cosa del pasado. De hecho, la mayoría de las personas que las reciben las pierden en cuestión de minutos. La videotarjeta de negocios de Now Media es un video de su negocio especialmente creado por nuestros expertos con toda su información de contacto, los productos y servicios de su negocio, y puede ser enviado de manera rápida utilizando su teléfono móvil, Cientos de negocios ya están viendo la diferencia. Llámenos hoy al 832-384-9588.
Welcome back. In today's Bollywood segment, we look at some of the box office reports, some of the inner workings of Bollywood, such as the marketing, some of the conflicts that happen when movies are shot, and some innovative strategies that are used to get Bollywood right in front of you. Enjoy the section.
The Karan Johar-produced film Yodha will clash at the box office with the Sri Ram Raghavan directed film Merry Christmas, and a statement by Karan about the clash had the social media in a tizzy. Karan had specifically mentioned that filmmakers should talk to each other and should not pitch their films opposite other movies, as it can cannibalize the box office collection. While history has proved that clashes do affect the box office, there have been times when both films have really done well despite the clash. Top of the mind recall is the clash between the Farah Khan directed Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone starrer film Om Shanti Om. Clashed with the Sanjay Leela Bhansali directed film Savarya, which marked the debut of Ranbir Kapoor and Sonam Kapoor. Interestingly, Salman Khan, who had a longer cameo in Savarya, had a shorter cameo in Om Shanti Om in a dance number in these films, which released in 2007. Om Shanti Om was a hit and Savarya was a flop. 2008 saw two different films, Fashion directed by Madhur Bhandarkar clashing with the Rohit Shetty directed film Golmaal Returns. While the Ajay Devgan starrer Golmaal Returns had a better returns, the Priyanka Chopra and Kangana Ranaut starrer Fashion did well too. Fashion also went on to win national awards for the actresses Priyanka Chopra and Kangana Ranaut. The different genres of the film helped both the films do well. Incidentally, Karan Johar's film in 1998, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, starring Shah Rukh Khan, Kajol and Rani Mukherjee, clashed with the Amitabh Bachchan and Govinda film Bade Miyan Chote Miyan. And both these films went on to do well, proving that Karan should not be the man who should be complaining about box office clashes. The year 2000 saw a clash between two big filmmakers and production houses of the Chopras. Vidhu Vinod Chopra had made the Hrithik Roshan, Sanjay Dutt and Preeti Zinta starrer film Mission Kashmir, and Yash Chopra produced Mohabbatein for his son Aditya Chopra as a director, with Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan and Aishwarya Rai leading the cast. Both the films had a good box office. Another big clash was again as ugly as the Om Shanti Om and Savarya clash, and that was that of Dilwale and Bajirao Mastani. Rohit Shetty's Dilwale, starring Shah Rukh Khan, Kajol, Varun Dhawan and Kriti Sanon, released along with the Sanjay Leela Bhansali film Bajirao Mastani, starring Ranveer Singh, Priyanka Chopra and Deepika Padukone. This time around, Bajirao Mastani bent on to be a hit and Dilwale did not match up to the hype. One of the biggest clashes, however, is the one when Aamir Khan's film clashed with Sunny Deol's Gadar in 2001. While the Aamir Khan film was touted to be much bigger, Gadar went on to become the biggest ever hit in Hindi cinema till 2001. Lagan also had its share of success and went on to be nominated in the top 5 films for the Oscar award. Another big fight took place when Ajay Devgan's film Son of Sardar released opposite Yash Chopra's film Jab Tak Hai Jaan, starring Shah Rukh Khan. Devgan accused the Chopras of manipulating the distributors and even filed a case against Yash Raj Films at the Competition Commission of India. Devgan lost the case, but both films ended up doing well, though Son of Sardar did not do what Ajay Devgan thought it would do. Another Yash Chopra directorial, Veer Zara, was also in a clash mode when it clashed with the Akshay Kumar starrer Aitraz. While Chopra's film starring SRK, Rani Mukherjee and Preeti Zinta did well, Aitraz too was a success. Incidentally, the color version of Mughal-e-Azam also released at the same time, and it did well too. Every year, thousands of films are announced, but only a few make it through the end and see the light of day. Not just with newcomers or lesser-known actors. Many times these films feature some of the biggest stars, and yet due to unforeseen circumstances, these promising projects are shelved. A while ago, maverick filmmaker Sanjay Leela Bhansali announced this film Inshallah with Salman Khan and Alia Bhatt, which was to be an unusual love story. But then Salman wanted some changes in the script, and Sanjay was not too keen to change anything from his film and decided not to make the film at all. A lot has been said about Mukul Anand's directorial that was shot 30 to 40% before his unfortunate and untimely demise. However, a couple of his film songs were released later, which became highly popular, including the chartbuster Suno Gaur Se Duniya Walo. Starring Sanjay Dutt, Salman Khan, Ravina Tandon and Shilpa Shetty, thus was supposed to mark the debut of Rahul Dev, who later made it to the big screen with the Sunny Deol Starrer 2000 film Champion. Shekhar Kapoor directed Aamir Khan, Ravina Tandon and Rekha in a time travel based film called Time Machine. The plot of the film was about a young man played by Aamir Khan who uses a scientist's time machine to travel back in time in search of his parents, played by Naseeruddin Shah and Rekha. The film was 80% complete before it ran into financial difficulties. Even Ram Gopal Verma once announced Time Machine with Shah Rukh Khan but shelved it after differences with the actor. Meanwhile, Shekhar also announced The Pani with Sushant Singh Rajput. The film had many changes of producers before it was shelved. After the blockbuster success of films like Hero and Karma, Subhash Ghai roped in Amitabh Bachchan for a film called Deva. It pitted Big B against Lilliput, who played the main antagonist. The film also featured Shammi Kapoor and Meenakshi Seshadri. Ghai had shot a few action scenes and a song featuring Bachchan and Kapoor. However, 2 weeks into the production, the film was shelved. It was said that Amitabh Bachchan and Subhash Ghai had a lot of creative differences and couldn't align themselves with each other's working style, which led to an eventual fallout. Starring Jackie Shroff, Govinda, Salman Khan and Manisha Koirala, Raju Rajaram was supposed to be a comedy directed by David Dhawan. It was produced by Jackie, who confirmed that the film was facing rough weather because of dates, and that was the reason why the film never took off. Also, Jackie ran into some financial difficulties after that, and the film was shelved. An adaptation of the hit Indian epic Chandrakanta, Talisman featured Amitabh Bachchan in the lead role and was supposed to be directed by Ram Madhvani of Neerja and Arya fame. While the film was eventually shelved, a 1.5-minute teaser was released featuring Amitabh Bachchan in a mystical avatar. Back in 2007, Amitabh Bachchan and Johnny Depp were roped in to star together in Meera Nair's film Shantaram. The gangster drama was eventually shelved due to several reasons. Another Bachchan film that was to star Amitabh and Madhuri Dixit together called Shanak was also shelved. Bachchan was also to star in the sequel to Aankhein called Aankhein 2, but that film underwent many problems and then Bachchan also dropped out of it. Amitabh Bachchan, Madhuri Dixit and Aamir Khan were to come together for an Indra Kumar film called Rishta, but the film was shelved after the Mahurat. Karan Johar too had put 2 of his films on hold. One of them, Takht, was his own directorial and was to star Anil Kapoor along with Ranveer Singh, Vicky Kaushal, Alia Bhatt, Janhvi Kapoor and Kareena Kapoor among others, but was shelved due to the pandemic. Meanwhile, Karan had also shot a film called Dostana 2 with Karthik Aaryan and Janhvi Kapoor in the lead, with Colin D'Cunha as the director. The film was stopped due to creative differences and allegedly has also been shelved. Another Karan Johar production that was shelved was a film called Shuddhi with Varun Dhawan and Alia Bhatt. Rajkumar Hirani announced this film Munna Bhai Chale America with Sanjay Dutt and Arshad Varsi, but the film produced by Vidhu Vinod Chopra did not move beyond the announcement.
Because I am a student of cinema. I look up to cinema. I want to make better cinema. It is not selfish. You can't make something better and if it's not greater than you.
Hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you same time next week.
This has been a Now Media Television feature presentation. All rights reserved.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
Hello, my name is Charles Sanders, and I'm a personal injury attorney with the Rose Sanders Law Firm, based in Texas and with offices in Houston, Dallas, McAllen, and El Paso. We assist individuals throughout the entire state who have suffered harm due to the negligence of another person. With my experience as an insurance adjuster, I understand and I know exactly how to counter the strategies employed by insurance companies, and I'm bringing this knowledge to you. We handle a wide variety of situations, ranging from car accidents to defamation and unsafe property conditions. We are here to provide support and legal representation at no cost to you. Call us today at 713-221-3773.
As a home or business owner, it can be tough to find a painting company that you can rely on. Look no further. Hi, I'm Courtney Hughes, owner of 360 Painting West Houston, your go-to painting company for residential and commercial needs. 360 Painting's mission is simple. We want to provide you with the highest quality finish and the best painting experience possible. Our company's residential and commercial painting services are founded on 3 core values. First, quality. We ensure the use of premium paints, high quality finishes, and proven painting methods. Second, professionalism. We are committed to professional and responsive painting services. We coordinate and plan projects around your schedule and will treat your property with the utmost respect. And lastly, customer service. Your satisfaction is our #1 priority. So before laying a single brushstroke, we will make sure that we understand your vision for your home or office, and we'll do all that we can to paint that vision into reality. We strive to complete every project to your specifications, and we ensure professional, accountable, and reliable service from the first brushstroke to the last. So the next time that you need your home or business painted, give us a call for your free estimate at 713-829-1581.
En esta era digital, las tarjetas de presentación de negocio son cosa del pasado. De hecho, la mayoría de las personas que las reciben las pierden en cuestión de minutos. La videotarjeta de negocios de Now Media es un video de su negocio especialmente creado por nuestros expertos con toda su información de contacto, los productos y servicios de su negocio, y puede ser enviado de manera rápida utilizando su teléfono móvil. Cientos de negocios ya están viendo la diferencia. Llámenos hoy al 832-384-9588.
Según el FBI, un robo ocurre cada 13 segundos. Los hogares y negocios sin un sistema de seguridad confiable tienen 300% más de probabilidades de ser robados. Alert 360 proporciona soluciones de seguridad sólidas y personalizadas a clientes residenciales y comerciales, ya sea seguridad en el hogar, detección de incendios y monóxido de carbono, protección contra inundaciones, atención conectada para personas mayores, soluciones de vigilancia administradas por video, monitoreo de alarma las 24 horas al día, 7 días a la semana y seguridad de personas. Alert 360 es su solución ideal. Además, Alert 360 tiene integraciones inteligentes para el hogar y el negocio, para una total tranquilidad, protegiendo lo más importante y reduciendo los costos de energía con nuestras funciones de programación automática de primera línea. Alert 360 ofrece descuentos en servicios de seguridad a personal militar, veteranos, primeros respondientes, educadores y personal hospitalario. No seas víctima, da un paso fuerte hoy. Llame a Rosana Torres al 832-863-8574 para su consulta gratuita.
Oye, Lily dice que AT&T le da a todos las mejores ofertas.
Minus the air quotes.
Las mejores ofertas.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Te lo dije, aquí las mejores ofertas son para todos con una variedad de planes.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
En AT&T les damos a todos nuestras mejores ofertas en cada smartphone.
Hey, are you a small business owner that's struggling to double or triple your revenue and profits? My name is Michael Rager. I'm your business guide with Teach Your Business to Fish. Our success operating system will help you double or triple your profits every 2 to 3 years while actually maintaining some semblance of a home life. Call us at 713-201-5559 and we'll help you become a real success.
En vivo desde Houston, la ciudad espacial.